they've got Jackson. Morant is out there with Speedy. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Williams at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Poole with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Oh, a nice shot by Marin. Marin's got a pair of threes now here in the third for New Orleans. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yes, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season. In third, the Grizzlies.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
McKinney. It's a big high bounce and goes in. McKinney's got 11 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And now the Grizzlies, fast break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
At the line for Memphis, McKinney. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Now the Grizzlies are one of 8 remaining teams, Richard, in search of their first NBA championship.
And the closest they've gotten was that grit and grind era when they made it as far as the Western Conference Finals in 2013. But can they get back to that level?
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Outside Williams. Memphis moving it around. And again, Memphis no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Now here's Williams. He's got 6. Here's McKinney. And he makes good on the layup. McKinney's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
Here's the bulldozer. He's got 36. It's Clark with the rebound.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. In recent seasons, availability has been a problem for John Morant. Greg, dig into that a little bit.
From a league suspension to multiple injuries, Morant has missed a significant amount of time, but we know when he's on the court, he's a game changer. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
No good from Clark.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Outside Anthony for the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Anthony's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Morant outside. Pass to McKinney. Now Williams from deep. The chosen one with the rebound. The chosen one's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Shoots the 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, team. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's the bulldozer.
Oh, wow.
Gotta love that one.
Wow.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
Yeah, that's the endless energy of Ja Morant. There's no denying that man.
And a moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll go up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Derek White and the Boston Celtics.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, that's one to watch for. Fourth contest of this brand new NBA season. I'm interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year.
New Orleans making a switch here. Fears is checked in. Here's Williams. Jackson from long range. Here's Clark. Great positioning on the putback.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Poked away. Williamson against Jackson. Williamson with the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
The chosen one, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Here's McKinney. He's got 15. And the layup is good. McKinney's got 12 points here in the second half.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. Here is Williams. The Pelicans make their lunch.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Morant right side. And stolen by Fears. Here's the chosen one. He's got 18.
And close to making the defense pay. For the lax coverage that time.
Inside, Clark lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Clark's got 10 points in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's the chosen one. He's covered by Clark.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Williams finds Morant. Jackson in the corner. Got a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here's McKinney. Blocked again. Here's the chosen one. 20 points for him. Off target with his 3. Here's McKinney. He's defended by Alvarado. Fires for 3. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New Orleans.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Following Ja Morant's three. The chosen one's shot is off. Morant outside. Down low. Here's Clark. He blocks it again, making his presence felt on this end.
He's holding down the fort, anchoring the defense.
Here's the chosen one. He's covered by Clark, and it's in there.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
It's tipped. Here's the chosen one, and he goes big with the tug right over Ja Morant.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Zach Edey, he's checked in for Clark. Santi Aldama comes in for Morant, and Pippen subbed in for Speedy. Alexander's checked in for New Orleans.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah, we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. To the middle. There's another block. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. From outside, off the mark. Here's the chosen one. 2 points. That one goes. The chosen one's got 30 points.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
To the left side wing. 23 seconds left here in the third quarter. Floats it up for Williams, and stolen by Williamson. A shake. He takes it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Edey gets the bucket.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
And so it's New Orleans way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. You've got Saddiq Bey, Williamson out there with Looney. Then it's Jose Alvarado. And the three off target. Outside Williams. Pass to Williams. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
The ball on the floor is a jump ball.
Aldama passes to Morant. Now here's Williams. Fires from deep. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Pelican shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Now Alvarado. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Out to Morant. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Sinks the three-pointer.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by 2.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original person.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays,
after review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The piece is checked in for the Pelicans. The bulldozer comes in for Jose Alvarado. First one falls for him. Richard the dynamic Ja Morant. He is an absolute fan and broadcaster favorite.
I'm trying to think of a more exciting player than Ja Morant, and I'm coming up short. Ja doesn't just make plays, he makes memories.
Oh,
nice finish.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. The three from Morant. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Marin. No good on the triple.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And the dunk by Edey.
Rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Here's the bulldozer. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And let's not forget our
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there, straight power. Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play brought to you by AT&T.
His fourth personal foul. We'll see how the coaching staff handles this.
Now here's Morant. Here's Aldama. Out to Morant.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head. Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And that one, good. The Bulldozers got 48.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
It's stolen. And good. He hits it again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Morant with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Aldama, good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists in the game. Here's the Bulldozer, defended by Aldama. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Morant. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
As Ja gets more consistent from range, he becomes that much more dynamic. And that, let me just tell you, that's going to be bad news for the rest of this league.
Yeah, and he had to be tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Williams' shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 11 since the hits it again. Wow!
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. Morant outside. And Aldama has it in the corner. Memphis moving that ball around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. The bulldozer, no good. Pass to Morant. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He's been a bright spot in their play today, but he could really use some help.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And Speedy subbed in for Williams. Alvarado. His 3-pointers off the mark.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
And they double up Morant. Which current player do you think is on that Richard Jefferson path to becoming an NBA analyst?
First of all, to hear you, Kevin Harlan, say that blows my mind. But I think Draymond Green, C.J. McCollum, there's some very, very good players out there that are way more experienced in the media coming out than I was.
The chosen one, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And it's Morant missing. For New Orleans, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. And Clark over to help. Here's the chosen one. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. The chosen one's got 34.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
Here's the chosen one. He's covered by Clark. That one drops for him. That's 36 points for the chosen one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
There's the triple. Hits it from 3-point range. The chosen one's got 39.
And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half.
Clark kicks to Williams. Now here's Morant for 3. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 5 assists tonight. Here's the chosen one. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Williams, he's checked in for Memphis.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal. And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's the chosen one. And we keep seeing franchises' values going up, Greg, including the Boston Celtics last season selling for over $6 billion.
Man, those are some deep pockets. And don't forget the Lakers going for in excess of $10 billion as those well-heeled individuals continue to pay these incredible prices. The pressure to unlock new league revenue streams, listen, it's only going to increase.
Here's the chosen one. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Morant passes to Williams. Here's Clark. And slam dunk by Clark.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. The chosen one gets the basket.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And that one misses. And the Pelicans making a change here.
McKinney.
And he sinks the second.
He's upped his aggressiveness, wanting to get to the line more and doing just that.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, the Bulldozer.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And so it's New Orleans with it. Williamson, the best of the chosen one. Here's Marin. Drops in the tray. Marin's got 44.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Pass to McKinney. RJ, the NBA this season hosting some regular season games in Berlin and in London. Possible basketball markets moving forward.
Yeah, with the NBA looking at a new league in Europe, bringing the NBA games to these cities will help drive the interest.
It's good from long range.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
To the inside. They get a hand on it. And he banks in the lane. McKinney's got 22.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Pass to Marin. Good, he hits again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's McKinney. Again with the block.
His monster defensive night continues, piling up the blocks.
And in this team's proud history, he just equaled the most blocks in a game. Now think of that.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pelicans.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the chosen one.
His overall stat line really says it all. I think a triple-double game for him, getting it done everywhere on the floor.
Morant, he blocks it again.
And this is a supercharged defensive performance. No one in franchise history has more block shots in a single game.
He never lets up, ever. Reading and reacting to every pass and every shot. Pass to McKinney. A 3-ball. Good. And a nice assist from Morant.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's the chosen one. Corner shot. It's in.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. This crowd was stunned, but...
I might take his main to heaven. You get hard to lane, switch with all these. That's cause I move, you can't put a price tag. Hey, make the money come fast to do gymnastics. Yeah, I took some time off, but